Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So it's another advice video. I want to do so many more of these. I want to be able to help you guys out any way, shape, or form that I can. So advice video. I just turned 18 if you guys didn't know. I'm literally growing up so fast. And I was just rewatching my how to stay focused video and we're just gonna get right into it because yeah. Make sure you guys follow me on my social medias, my Instagram, my Twitter, and my Snapchat. You can see more of me on there. I'm going to talk to you guys about how to be a compassionate person, how to have more understanding, more empathy. And I'm at a point where the compassion and understanding, like I said, is just through the roof. I have a lot of it. And not just for yourself, but for others, because being of service to others is good. I feel like the world needs more compassionate people, like more people that are understanding, not quick to judge, because I've been quick to judge before. So past mistake, learning from it, now I'm helping you guys out. It's something that took me a while to kind of get the hang of. I think I've always been used to being able to understand situations and people in general before like jumping down somebody thought about something that they did or something. I never really get too out of my body. I've always been very chill with that. Situations that on a regular would probably annoy the mess out of me, and I would just, you know, be going crazy in my head. Like even junior year, senior year of high school, it would be situations where you just feel like you want to just swing at somebody because they just did you so wrong, or I felt like they just said something so stupid. I would just want to go off, and that was like the impulse reaction in me, right? That was not good, and I'm gonna tell you guys why. And I remember a few years ago I saw this tweet on Twitter that I have carried with me till this day. Trippy Red posted it, and it said, "Remember that not everyone was raised like you." This was a situation with me where I've just felt like, and people always want to feel like they can take my kindness as a weakness. I could not stand when people would do that. That would always be a challenge for me, because it would be like, dang, I want to be able to be mature, take the high road as I know future me would want me to do, before wanting to, you know, do what you do, before making a situation like over the top more than it needs to be. Impulse tweeting, impulse posting, you get done wrong, then 5 minutes later all of your stuff is like on social media because you just did all these posts, and then you go to delete it because you have regrets about the impulse tweeting and posting that you did, and then people already got screenshots of it. You know, people already got it. It's on the internet forever now, because I know if I post this right now, I'm gonna regret it and I'm gonna want to delete it. Like I said, the impulse tweeting, the impulse reaction, big mistake for me. It's really easy to regret situations, and I'm not someone who likes regrets. Do what I feel like is the right thing to do for myself, for other people, and I know in order to really just be able to kind of grow from it and just not to put any more energy into it, because the situation is already triggering for me and I don't want to. This wasn't making me happy in the first place. I don't want to go tip for tat back and forth with whoever anymore instantly. And I know this isn't like a good thought. At the time I knew it wasn't right, but when I would see people kind of do things where they weren't compassionate, and I would see they were just like mean or whatever it may be, that was just like genuinely bad. The tweet that I read about 4 years ago by Trippy Red on Twitter that says, "Remember, not everybody was raised like you." I thought about that, but I thought about that after the fact. My mind would always go to who raised you, or rather who didn't teach you that. That's where my mind would go when I would think about what someone else is doing. Like something that I always keep in the back of my head, and I think this is a good idea if you guys are wanting to kind of have like more of an angel on your shoulder and not like the devil on your shoulder. I never wanted to be on this side where I was just like judgy and all that. I was leaning there, but I knew I needed to be here. It was mind over matter at that point, you know, growing up, and then seeing things happen, I was like, something that you guys can do is just like rearrange the mindset. It's hard not to get to that point, and I've been to that point where I've just wanted to go off on someone, and I know I could say a whole lot about them and they just everything, but taking a step back and just, I always kept in the back of my mind, what would future Kayla want me to do? Keep this in the back of your mind anytime you feel like you're going to go to that place where you lose compassion for someone and you lose the understanding that you know you need to have, before you go to this side of the impulse reactions and, you know, the kind of regrets that you probably want to take back, of like saying things you don't mean or saying things that you do mean but they end up like hurting you in the long run because you can't take it back. So I don't want you guys to fall in this place and then you end up, you know, growing older and then you wish you could take it back, because I know that feeling of regrets is like this pit in your stomach, and it's just like you can't rewind time isn't going to go back for you. I want you guys to be able to get to this place right here. And I remember the situation that kind of turned it around for me. I think it was my freshman year of high school, and I was going through some, you know what I'm saying, a little something. And it was so much I knew I could say. Well, mind you, I said some stuff. You know, gotta stick up for myself. I said what I needed to say. Like it wasn't like a, oh, we got beef now, you know what I'm saying? I made sure it was closure there. Ultimately though, like, I would just start to go through it way more and more, and I just didn't have any tolerance for it anymore. Like, my heart, my head, it didn't have any room to, you know, just get all crazy over what I couldn't control. I can't control what someone else says or what other people do or how other people act, because that's them. It's the saying where hurt people, okay? And it's the truest quote ever. Anytime I would feel hurt about what someone would say about me, or if I felt like I wasn't treated correctly or something, I did not take it personal. I remember being stuck on something that happened and I just couldn't get it out of my head. I would literally sit down and I would think about something for hours. Like, I would let something get to me that bad. Being young, you know, going through the motions, of course, so it's normal. And I would be like, oh my gosh, this was so embarrassing. Something as simple as like me tripping up the hallway, or like me missing a shot in the gym or something, like shooting basketball or whatever. At a young age, I would be super self-conscious about stuff like that, and I would like think about it all the time. But then I kind of just got over it. I gave myself a reality check and I'm like, Kayla, no one's thinking about you like that. Like, you know what I'm saying? No one's thinking about you like that. So I kind of just got over the stuff that I was self-conscious about, that I felt kind of like embarrassed on, that I thought other people were thinking about. Me being such an overthinker, that's literally what I would do, and I would think about something, and the whole time folks probably wouldn't even think about it. You know what I'm saying? Like, but I thought they were. They could have been. I don't know. You gotta let go. You just have to let go, and that's what I started to do. So anytime I felt as though I was being challenged in a way, or I felt like I wasn't being treated correctly, I would think about who the person is that's like directing the hate towards me, or, you know, the low blows or whatever. They're hurting in their own personal life, and you never know what someone's going through. And when someone else is trying to hurt you, it's only because they're getting that same treatment at home from their previous partner. They've gotten that from their previous friendships that are now like lost. If I had a situation where it was dealing with a friend and they turned out to be fake, something like that, as much as one can say about a fake friend and like, oh, you could just hit him with, this person that was a fake friend, they were probably done wrong by so many other people, which has them conditioned to act the way that they were treated. This person that I thought was a friend, they probably had 5 friends before me that did them all wrong, and now they only know wrong. It's not right, and it's not something that you should take after as a person. And a lot of people are susceptible to falling into a place where they get comfortable and they're just like, you know what, I'm done trying, I don't want to be the nice guy, I'm gonna just treat people how I was treated. That's a lot of people's way of going about things, especially when they get hurt, but you know, that's not the right way to go. Please do not do that. If you've been through something traumatic by someone else, don't let that change you into the person that treated you like garbage. You don't turn into the cheater because you got cheated on 5 times. Don't turn into the fake friend because you dealt with 7 fake friends before this fake friend. Don't turn into the bully because you've been bullied. You have to try your best to change that way. The people that act how they were treated from their own personal traumatic experiences, as we all have been through, the ones that have been conditioned to act the way that they were treated, and it's just instilled in them, and they're just the bad guy now, and they always have the excuse, well, I was hurt before. Like said, hurt people, and it's like, oh, I was hurt before, I thought I had to be this way in order to coexist, you know, in the world. And that's not true. If you guys have been done wrong, when you're acting just like that bad person that, you know, was horrible to you, with struggles, like in general, you want to make sure you use that as motivation to not be like someone else. Use it as motivation to be better. And it's like, hey, you were a fake friend to me, but it's only because this is how you grew up. You grew up and you dealt with so many friends, and they were all fake to you, and that's why said person is a fake friend, most likely, unless they dealt with really good people and they were the fake one. I don't know, different story. Before reacting to anything, think about how someone grew up. Who were their parents? Who were their parents, their guardian? Who were their peers, their siblings, their cousins? Like, who did they grow up around? What was their community like? And a lot of these questions you probably don't even know. And like I said, y'all, it's really, really hard not to be judgmental, especially when you are done wrong, because first of all, you don't even deserve to be done wrong. Period. You can be understanding with each situation until you like reach this certain level where you're like, boom, I'm understanding about people now, I'm good to go. You kind of don't let situations be taken personal by you and whatnot. It's definitely a step-by-step thing. For me, I kind of just went full force. I'm pretty good with it now. I just don't take stuff personal. The main thing is like, who were there, like I said, parents or guardians, you know what I'm saying? Who were they? And it kind of always resides in what this person was taught and what they weren't. What kids grow up seeing, they take that with them into their teenage years, into their adult life, and that's all they know. Oh girl, oh dude, say someone cheated on you, right? They might have seen infidelity, they might have seen all of that going on as a young kid, they might have seen it, might not understood it all the way, but they probably took it with them anyway, because like kids, we soak stuff up, we don't really know what a lot of stuff means. So then by the time they get with you, that's all they know. This guy or girl probably thought that the infidelity, the cheating and lying and the unloyalty was okay. They probably were never told, no, this is not okay. And it's not like you're gonna know the full backstory of somebody when you get together. It kind of just rolls off when you start to get it, when you start to just feel that need to be empathetic with somebody, even if they did cheat on you, or even if they did treat you really bad, or if they talked about you, you don't have access to my life anymore, but I understand. That's what you have to say to those things. Stuff like that, it kind of always like blows up, and it's like nothing is learned from the situation, and it's kind of like the same cycle going on and on and on. It's so easy to kind of, I don't want to say judge, because it's honestly like, you at that point you can judge, because it's like, bruh, sis, you did me dirty. You dirty for that. Deep breath. Ain't gonna swing off, folks, but I'ma chill. All of us go through things that no one knows about. So when I think about that, it's like, okay, yeah, this person might have said something slick, but I know that they're going through way harder struggles than I am going through. Because, you know, people want you to stoop to their level, and they want you to kind of be where they are in order for them to feel like adequate and equal to you, like they got you or something like that. Don't let things control you that you know you can't control, okay? And a lot of stuff that you guys go through, whole time you guys are manifesting that. Like every time you go through a situation that is bad or just grueling, and it feels like a slap in the face too, because it's like, wait a minute, I don't deserve this. Why did they treat me so bad? I didn't deserve my energy being like this. No, that was growth, y'all. The fact of the matter is, you need to ask yourself, are you gonna want to stay in the cycle of that struggle, or are you gonna live up to the 4 posts you made within the past week about wanting to grow? You can't focus on both, you have to focus on one, which is why we are leaning to this side, which is the growth. Crazy as it sounds, you gotta live life in order to get the good. You cannot have the good without the bad. I promise you guys, if you want those things, you need to be prepared to get those tests. You want your soulmate right now? So, okay. Life says fine. Life says great. That's great. But you're gonna have to go through 5 more heartbreaks till you get that. You cool with that? How bad do you want them? And it might seem like a lot, but every single thing that you feel like is just ripping the energy out of you, it's actually building. And that's one of the biggest things you guys need to understand with you, is that when you do want these things and you want the growth, and you hear want, right? You also have to put in the work. As much as you want these things and you're talking about these things, make sure you're actually living up to those things as well. You know, two-way street, it's a win-win. Find compassion with you, understand yourself, learn who you are, be you, and then you're able to be that way for others. I hope this helped you guys out a little bit, and I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Give this video a thumbs up, go ahead and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video.